Citroen has a reputation for creating individualistic, innovative cars that stretches all the way back to the iconic deux chevaux. And so it comes as no surprise that this machine stems from the Citroen stable. It's called the C4 Cactus, and it tries to prove that quirky can be functional and stylish too. The C4 Cactus shares its platform with a normal C4, but in visual terms, the two cars share nothing at all. In fact, it's difficult to categorize the Cactus. It's clearly not a hatchback, but it's not rugged or tall enough to be an SUV, nor big or spacious enough to fit the MPV bill. So, we're kind of stuck with a crossover moniker, which suggests that the Cactus offers a little bit of everything. At just over 4 meters long and 1.73 meters wide, the C4 Cactus looks compact and wieldy, emphasized by the short overhangs and fairly low roofline, but an extended wheelbase of 2.6 meters places the wheels at each corner of the car, maximizing interior space. The result is a car that looks and feels small, but delivers a lot more cabin space than expected. But before we step inside, let's take a closer look at the defining feature of the C4 Cactus. It's called the air bump, and it's a solution to those dings, scratches and bumps you typically pick up in parking lots. The air bump panel can absorb impacts of up to 4 kilometers an hour, which means it easily copes with opening doors and wayward shopping trolleys. There are also smaller air bumps to protect the headlights and the taillights, and of course, cleverly, these air bumps really set the Cactus apart from normal cars. Okay, so we agree that the Cactus is different from the outside, but what about the interior? Well, the cabin does express a certain individual character, starting off with those big comfy front seats, which are more like mini sofas than the usual bucket-style versions found in normal cars. And while we're in front, let's look at the minimalist treatment of the instruments. As you can see, a very plain, very simple display directly ahead of the driver. It doesn't have a lot of information, really only shows fuel tank, speed, odometer, and a gear shift indicator, and of course, some warning icons when those become necessary. By comparison, this big 7-inch touchscreen display offers a rich harvest of features. Indeed, the touchscreen allows access to and control of all the Cactus's key systems and features, including the climate control, audio system, satellite navigation and Bluetooth. The interface is reasonably logical and intuitive, and it means the Cactus can do without the clutter of conventional buttons and switches. As promised by the relatively long wheelbase, the C4 Cactus cabin feels roomy not only in front but also from the rear bench seat. There's plenty of legroom despite a deep, generous boot with a 358-litre capacity. There's even a full-size spare wheel. But it's not all good news. While we like almost everything about the cabin, the fact that the rear windows are hinged rather than wind-downs is disappointing. Up front, the steering column isn't reach-adjustable, which can compromise driver ergonomics. The C4 Cactus range comprises 3 models spanning 2 spec levels and 2 drivetrains. This particular test unit is the flagship 1.2 Shine. It's powered by a 1.2-litre 3-cylinder turbo engine, good for 81 kilowatts of maximum power and 205 Newton-meters of torque. The gearbox is a 5-speed manual, and as you'd expect, drive is to the front wheels. You can also opt for a slightly down-spec'd Feel version with the same drivetrain, and then there's the entry-level Feel, which uses a non-turbo version of the same motor, delivering 60 kilowatt and 180 Newton meters. It's easy to believe that 81 kilowatt wouldn't be enough power to propel a car like the C4 Cactus, but in practice quite the opposite is true. This car always feels enthusiastic and willing, the 5-speed gearbox nicely matched to the engine characteristics, and a big reason, of course, for the car's peppiness is the fact that there's so much weight saving that's gone into the car. In total, it only weighs just over 1,000 kilos, which means the 0 to 100 time at just over 9.3 seconds is pretty sprightly. Top speed, 188 kilometers an hour. Low weight also benefits efficiency, and the C4 Cactus promises to be an economy star as long as you don't drive it like you stole it. Citroen claims a combined cycle fuel consumption figure of 4.7 litres per 100 kilometers, although you can expect a real-world figure closer to 6 litres per 100. The Cactus offers a smooth, easy ride, never wallowy, but also compliant enough to iron out the bumps and dips with ease. Electric assistance means the steering isn't the most involving, but turning is crisp, while the car maintains its composure well even when pressing on. The C4 Cactus brings welcome character and innovation to a market saturated by conventional, sometimes even boring designs. Those air bumps really make sense, and the lightweight helps both performance and efficiency. Add a well-stocked interior and you have a car that isn't just quirky, but practical and fun to drive too. A frugal 3-cylinder motor uses turbocharging to ensure there's enough pep, while a low curb mass benefits efficiency and dynamics. The interior is comfortable and fully equipped despite the minimalist switchgear, and there's plenty of space for people and cargo. However, the absence of wind-down rear windows is a serious negative, and the steering column can't be adjusted for reach either.